Welcome to a sunny and warm Knockhill racing circuit for the 6th round of the Scottish BMW Compact Cup, and in today's programme you will notice a slight difference as Davy McNaughton lines up on pole position. For the first time in 20 years we're running in reverse direction here at Knockhill, so it's going to open up a whole new can of worms for these guys. I'm going to hand it to Richard for race number 1.
Thanks very much, Joe. Yeah, looking forward to this for sure. David McNaughton will be too. He's on pole position from Liam McGill. Then Greig Sutherland and Lee Elric. Gary Clark and Doug Simpson, row 3. Jake Hutchison and Cliff Harper next from Andrew Prince and Stephen Goldie. Andrew Mackie and Ashley Morris completing the grid. 5-second board shown, ready for action here. Second time these cars have raced anti-clockwise this year, the first of which, of course, was Rockingham. Lights on. Long wait. They're really teasing these drivers with long waits today. Away we go. Great start from David McNaughton from pole position. We've got Gary Clark, the defending champion, back on row 3. They're all trying to sort each other out, but it's David McNaughton in front at the moment. The man who lost out there was Liam McGill. He's back in 4th, but got his nose up the front because Lee Elric is running a little bit wide. Elric, remember, the championship leader coming into this meeting. He is down in 4th. Greig Sutherland is in 3rd, but a very good recovery there from Liam McGill. It was almost like a speedway move because he was back in 4th place as they went down into the hairpin for the first time and then went for the cut back on the inside and got back into 2nd place. But it's David McNaughton out front. There's Cliff Harper in 72, up ahead of Gary Clark. Harper is 4th in the championship after July, and here's the view from the 2nd place man, Liam McGill. Haven't seen him for a bit. He's in the 62 car, one of this year's newcomers. 2 2nd places the last time we saw him in June. Still have trouble getting used to looking at the circuit going round in this opposite direction to what we've been used to for so many years, and I think the drivers are as well. So McNaughton, McGill, Sutherland in red. Lee Elric, championship leader, is 4th. A little bit of a lock up there from Jake Hutchison, who dives through on the inside line, takes another car with him on the inside line there of Gary Clark. And here they come then out of the hairpin up towards Clark. You can't see what's going on the exit of Clark from here. So we get some fascinating angles. It's to my mind, really opened up this circuit even more. It's a great circuit clockwise, but super to have this other option. Dougie Simpson there in blue working hard. Gary Clark's got a heck of a lot of work to do now, and in some of the championships this weekend we're seeing the Apple car upset a bit. To be fair to Gary Clark, started the season superbly. It all seemed to go pear-shaped with a retirement in round 5, or race 5, 3rd event of the year, when he had a retirement. Since then, had a 10th and 11th, got it all back on track in race 2 at Rockingham with 4th place, a brace of podia last time, and he really is working hard now, Gary Clark. The red and yellow car coming into shot behind the other red car, number 10, Jake Hutchison, another of the newcomers, the man from Stenhouse-Muir, having a good dice here. And here's the battle for 2nd place. Liam McGill working hard, but so too is Greig Sutherland, who's gone through. Super move by Sutherland. This is so new, this track. You know, so many circuit. When you go to any circuit, really, unless we have a brand new facility, it's everybody's prior knowledge. Everybody's an expert on these very long-standing circuits. Even the most recently open one in the UK at Rockingham. And probably, I can't remember if Rockingham was open before the new Anglesey circuit, but everybody's got loads of experience, but people haven't got the racecraft experience of this track. So it really is very much a new chapter opening up today. One man very comfortable with it, though, is David McNaughton. Look at the battle on for 2nd place, though. Sutherland there at the moment, but McGill is going to fight back again. Looks to the outside line at the hairpin the wrong way. It's the first time I've seen somebody do that. And he was looking round the outside line. This could tee up the inside for Clark. A very well thought out manoeuvre if this pays off for Liam McGill. He's got it. He's got 2nd place back a lap later at Clark. Superb stuff from McGill up ahead of Greig Sutherland. Great racing and clean and fair racing as well. But look at David McNaughton getting away with this one at the moment. David securing his first pole position of the 2017 season today. Had 3 wins back in 2016, of course. He was 4th in the championship. He's so this is first pole. He's had a fastest lap, which was in the 6th round in June. But they make a great sight, don't they? Climbing up Duffus and across the line. So there is Greig Sutherland, and it looks as if Sutherland now dropping away a tad. We've got Lee Elric still there in 4th place. Elric looking to maintain the championship lead, will only drop 8 points on McNaughton. Elric on 362 points. David McNaughton on 313, so it's not going to change the championship order round as we look at the man from Inverurie who leads the championship. Lee double winner last time out, so he'll be, I guess, won't be too unhappy with a 4th place finish here if that's where he winds up, as long as he's on or near the podium. There are some decent points in the offing, 40 points for a win, 37 for 2nd, 35 for 3rd and 32 for 4th place. And his main protagonist, of course, is Gary Clark, who's on 353 points, and he's ahead of Clark at the moment. But Clark's come back into this race very well indeed now. The Cytec car closing in at the moment on Cliff Harper and challenging for 5th place. So Clark really here, if he can get his nose in front of Harper, that will send a little message to Lee Elric. But Elric's still in front, and that's crucial championship-wise. Only got 6 races to go in the 2017 campaign, including this one that we're on now. The run down from Clark coming up into the chicane now, and the defending champion, of course, Gary Clark. Let's not forget to mention that immaculate-looking Cytec car putting pressure on Cliff Harper. There might be an overtake opportunity here. We've seen that in the Celtic Speed Scottish Mini Cooper Cup, people making the move on the way into McIntyre's. Climb up the hill through Leslie's and up and over the brow again, and Gary Clark's teeing up a move here. He's got the inside line. As they go across the line, is Cliff Harper going to nip back to the inside line, or has Clark got his nose there? It looks like Gary Clark's going to grab the inside line going into the hairpin. Harper might want to use momentum in pretty much the same way as McGILL did in 2nd if he can hold on the outside line on the exit. They're still side by side. Clark's trying to get through. This is a great battle for 5th position. The Cytec car, I think, has got his nose in front, but no, Cliff Harper's challenging again and can't quite do it. He didn't have the momentum there, Harper. And Gary Clark, well, you can really see on this configuration where drivers start to think about the moves and they can take a half lap to execute in total. Real Alain Prost thinker stuff going on, I've got to say. Super racing. So Clark deposes Harper. Harper qualified 8th, so he's running in 6th place, so he's not going to be too unhappy about that as David McNaughton goes on to the last lap. And it's McNaughton looking for a first win of the year, incredibly. We've had different winners this year, of course. Clark, Sutherland, Smith, Lee Elric, all taken wins. Ali Smith not racing this weekend. And of course the lap times here, the fastest laps will secure the benchmark, the new lap record here, or establish the lap record on the circuit. As down out of Clark goes McNaughton. This is going to be very good for David McNaughton. It's going to start to move him a little bit further up in the championship standings, and the others are going to have to take notice if we get into the last 2 meetings of the year. Remember, we're back here on the 10th of September and on the 8th of October for the finale. But McNaughton's driven well here. Pole position, it proved to be fairly crucial because he's got Liam McGill closing in on him, but McNaughton's got the fastest lap coming up the hill and will go over the brow. You can see the delight of his team on the pit wall. There is the checker. McNaughton takes the first win here, an historic win on the anti-clockwise version of Knockhill circuit from Liam McGill in 2nd place. There's Greig Sutherland 3rd, Lee Elric 4th from Gary Clark, who recovered well from being down the order early on. The way they finished: McNaughton, McGill, Sutherland, Elric, Clark, Cliff Harper in 6th from Doug Simpson. Then it was Steve Goldie, Jake Hutchison, Andrew Mackey, Andrew Prince and Ashley Morris 12.
Davey, well done. Textbook morning so far, qualifying, a great start, a great race, and the first winner in reverse direction in 20 years.
Yeah, it's not a bad accolade to have. I'm really chuffed with that. Team's got a fantastic car together. We seem to be on the pace. Car's got bags of grip. So I really enjoyed it. It's brilliant going through the chicane, great fun. So yeah, head down for race 2 and try and some more of the same.
You're out for wins because the championship is basically over. We just said on the way up, when it goes wrong for you, it goes completely wrong and you score absolutely no points. But there is still the chance of a top 3 overall at the end of the year.
Yeah, still chance of top 3 with 2 DNFs in round 2, which completely snookered our championship. Without them, we'd have been well up there, but sometimes just the way it goes. So yeah, head down, let's try and get top 3 at the championship. But yeah, massive thanks to the sponsors, but I'll go to Motor Company, Vero Software, Audio Emotion. These guys, without the guys, wouldn't be here. So thanks very much, everybody.
Well done.
Cheers.
Liam, well done, second place, but also top newcomer as well.
Yeah, it was good. I was hoping to be a bit closer to Davey there, but at the start we missed a gear, so Greig was right on us, and I was having a bit of a scrap with Greig. So he got away quite a bit. We were catching him slightly, but I think we would have needed probably about 100 laps to catch him in the end. So no, it was good though. Sick.
This reverse direction takes away the advantage that the guys that have been here for years have got, because they know the place so well. All of a sudden it's a bit of a level playing field.
Aye, that's right. Aye, everybody's. I don't think there's been very much people that have been out for practice or anything like that, other than a couple of track nights. So everybody's on, like you say, a level playing field. So yeah, it makes it interesting.
Greig, third place, well done. A consistent podium finisher now in the BMWs, and we switch the track reverse direction and it doesn't stop you.
No, it worked out quite well. It was kind of had the pace of the leaders at the start, but Liam missed a gear and kind of ran at the back of him, bent up the tracking and things in the front a wee bit, and had some problems after that, but managed to hold on for the third place, so happy, very happy.
You enjoyed running the reverse?
Really enjoying it. It was a bit daunting yesterday with all the corners being blind and off camber, but no, it's good.
BMW's race number 2, and it continues to be dry, and back on pole position is race 1 winner Davey McNaughton. We'll have a really quick chat. Dave, dominant, I'm going to say, for you in race 1. Pole position, dry, same conditions, car's working well. What could possibly go wrong here?
If we can get off the line, we can hopefully get a repeat of race 1. It's all about getting the start. If you can get the start, get away and let the guys battle behind, it gives you clean air just to get the head down and go. So that's the action plan, but we'll see. It's all about getting off the line for me.
I know you're nervous, I'll let you get ready.
Cheers, pal. Thanks.
And with that, I'll hand it to Richard, BMW's race number 2.
Thank you, Joe. David McNaughton on pole, then Liam McGill, Greig Sutherland and Lee Elric on the second row, Gary Clark and Cliff Harper on row 3. Row 4, Douglas Simpson, and then Stephen Goldie, Jake Hutchison is 9th. Top 10 completed by Andrew Mackey. Then it is Andrew Prince and Ashley Morris completing the grid for round 12 of this year's 16-round championship. Reverse grid action about to get underway again. So it is Messrs McNaughton and McGill on the front row of the grid. And away we go. Great start from the front row of the grid once again. All the field away. And we're in for some more great racing here at Knockhill circuit. It looks like Gary Clark's lost out again on the start. And it's side by side. McGill here will know that there is a little bit of a line. If you can hang on to that outside line that you can squeeze. You can see again Jake Hutchison looking round the outside line of Gary Clark. A little bit of argy-bargy immediately in front as they come out of the hairpin. But going towards Clark's for the first time, it's McNaughton from McGill, and then up into third place now goes Lee Elric. So Elric looking, I said that he'll need to or want to keep things as near to or as on the podium as possible, and he's there at the moment with Greig Sutherland back in fourth place from Stephen Goldie. There in 53 is Andrew Mackey from Cliff Harper. Gary Clark's got to deal with Cliff Harper again if he wants to get some decent points. Championship wise, didn't really change things too much in the championship standings after race 1. The only real change was obviously McNaughton bagging a hat load of points, a big 40 points, to bring him on to 353 points, which moves him into 5th position just behind Cliff Harper. So if he can get another decent score in this race, it will, as Joe rightly said in the interviews, take him up into contention for 3rd place in this year's championship. Could still win it. You don't know who's going to get DNS. We've got 5 races left, including this one, and anything could happen because this is Scottish BMW Championship racing. Andrew Mackey ahead of Cliff Harper. So Harper's got some lockups happening there, isn't there? Mackey's car not looking overly healthy. Bit of lead on there as he comes out of Clark Corner. He's going to have to try and work hard to close down on Stephen Goldie. Goldie's got a little bit of a gap over him at the moment as the race leaders disappear in the distance. Greig Sutherland at the moment looking to try and challenge the 3rd place car, Lee Elric. Let's see what Harper can do. Through Leslie's, climb up the hill, the climb continues, and then it's all downhill towards the hairpin on that first corner. Gary Clark looking to try and tee up an inside line on Harper once again. He'll see whether he can get his nose through. Harper fancies the outside line though on the 53 car, changes his mind. They're all pretty much the way they were, exactly the way they were on the previous lap. Doug Simpson in the mix in blue as well. Simpson, remember, 6th in the championship, picked up 28 points in the last race, so drops from 5th to 6th. And now it looks like Gary Clark has got the better here of Cliff Harper. He's got the outside line at the first part of Clark, and then grabs the inside, moves up another place. So Gary Clark really making hard work of the starts. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that, but if he could sort the starts out, it'd be up towards the podium end of things. Although look at the gap that these lead cars have got here, starting to pull away, with David McNaughton looking to try and grab a double. Gary Clark, remember, opened the season with a double. Clark now having a very good look at Andrew Mackie, the man from Hamilton, and Mackie runs a little bit wide there, and Clark's going to force his nose up the inside line and should get the run down into the hairpin. First, second and third place, because it looks like we've lost Liam McGill. So we've lost McGill. Well, that caught me out momentarily. There's no white car in the mix. David McNaughton, the leader. Lee Elric now in 14 is second. And then the red 97 of Greig Sutherland. So Liam McGill, after a good race in race number 1, sadly, is our first retiree, not only of the race, but indeed the meeting. So that's very bad news indeed for McGill, as we look at the top 3 runners immediately ahead of us. So David McNaughton looking to try and make it a double. I think McNaughton, if he wins this way, they stay where they are. McNaughton will move up into possibly into 4th position. We've got a safety car, which I'm guessing is for Liam McGill's car, and there it is. The 62 machine has stalled. They need the hoist, they need to lift it out of the way. Disappointment for Liam. A great drive from him in race number 1, bagging a 3rd podium of the year, 2nd place on the bounce as far as his appearances are concerned. So the safety car is scrambled, the leaders will go through, and indeed 4th position, the 4th position car of Gary Clark. So they're going to sort themselves out now. So it's McNaughton, Elric, Sutherland, then Gary Clark. And we wait for the recovery of Liam McGill's car. First retirement at the meeting, as we said. That's bad news. It is absolutely stuck there. So David McNaughton did a lot of hard work in the early stages. He's got to do it all again now, and this gives a little bit of impetus here as we go green to 2nd place man, championship leader Lee Elric, who is on the podium after 4th in race number 1 and looking very healthy here indeed. I think I said Gary Clark was 4th. As you can see, it's actually Stephen Goldie in the 40 car, then Gary Clark, then Cliff Harper, and the battle's on for the lead because there was a look there from Lee Elric just up the inside line. It's a pretty good start. I think McNaughton restarted well, but Lee Elric matched him, which was the significant thing. There's Andrew Mackie, followed by Andrew Prince, with Ashley Morris in behind as well. 9th, 10th and 11th position. Lady racer Ashley Morris. All of them, of course, learning this new configuration. A good battle going on here between Mackie and Prince. See whether the 29 car can just make that extra little bit of ground up. And again, you can still see it's still locking up. McNaughton, meanwhile, has pulled away. So David McNaughton has carried his form through, the form that he had in qualifying, he had in race number 1. He's pulling away, and it's Lee Elric coming under pressure now from Greig Sutherland in 3rd place. Sutherland, little way down, of course, championship-wise, because he missed the 1st round of the year and didn't make the June trip to Rockingham. It's difficult for a lot of these drivers to perhaps make the away day. So Sutherland, a little bit adrift championship-wise, but when he's raced, he's scored well. The significant thing for Lee Elric, though, is he won't want to be passed, because although the man behind him isn't an overall championship challenger, he will take championship points away, and it'll be 2 points. So they could be 2 very valuable points at the end of the year. The gap at the moment is 11 points by my reckoning, Elric to Clark. as we watch. Elric still ahead of Sutherland. Gary, it's going to be another better score for Lee Elric here over Gary Clark, so he will extend the championship lead a little bit more. He'll keep chipping away, and this is the view of the battle for second place now. And here comes Sutherland, dives down the inside line, downhill, and there's a lot of momentum going downhill here. Will he run wide? He keeps it back on. He did run a little bit wide, and Lee Elric gets him back on the cutback on the inside. Well, you got to say hats off to Greig Sutherland for having a go, but it's David McNaughton out front. He's got the fastest lap once again in this one. It's a 63-second lap in this one, so the conditions and race bit. Oh, Sutherland's off on the dirt in the background. He's trying so hard to get that second place away from the championship leader, but he can't do it. I was going to say the fastest lap that we had so far, not quite as quick as race number 1. So McNaughton, well, he's fastest in this one anyway, so he's going to hold on to the anti-clockwise lap record here, but he's going to make it a double. He's also going to be unbeaten here. Pole position, 2 wins, 2 fastest laps, a perfect weekend for David McNaughton, who is scoring very well this weekend. There's the checker. Congratulations, David, on a fine double. Lee Elric takes second place. Then Greig Sutherland hangs on for third. Gary Clark is fourth from Cliff Harper, Jake Hutchison. Then Douglas Simpson. Andrew Mackey got the better of Andrew Prince. He winds up Andrew Mackey in 8th, Andrew Prince 9th, Ashley Morris 10th. It was an exclusion, sadly, for Stephen Goldie.
Dave, we should always run this direction. What a weekend. Pole position, I'm assuming fastest laps, race wins,
Yeah,
2 of them?
Yeah, 2 race wins, fastest lap after race 1, so yeah, hopefully the same again in race 2, but absolutely delighted. Can't thank the team enough. The car's been brilliant this weekend. We need to find that setup for normal direction. But yeah, brilliant. Thanks again all the sponsors, Vero Software, Balgoni Motor Company as always, Audio Emotion. So yeah, these guys are also helping us out throughout the year, but brilliant. Can't be happier.
Driver of the Day trophy as well.
Yeah, that's icing on the cake, isn't it? Time for a few beers tonight to celebrate. On holiday tomorrow, so we can have a few beers and celebrate tonight, I think.
Well done. Lee, a quiet weekend up until now by your standards, but finishing off with a podium?
Yeah, happy with that. After how testing was yesterday, I didn't think I'd be anywhere near the front, so I was kind of just delighted to get some good points, and me and Greg had a battle, so we built the cars together, so that's the first time we've actually had a proper battle in the cars, and we both came out in one piece. So
still friends?
For now, yeah.
2 podiums in 2 races. Well done. It's turned out to be a good day. I'm guessing you like the reverse direction.
Yeah, the reverse direction is good fun, and 2 podiums, you can't complain at that. Got a really good race with Lee in that one, and like you said, we built the cars together and basically come through this class together, so it was good to finally actually get a really good race together. So a lot of pressure though.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well, unfortunately that brings today's racing to a close, but as ever we've seen some fantastic action all day long. Make sure you tune in next time for more of the same.